Hello everyone and welcome back to another Minecraft update video. Today's snapshot is 17w47a and this one comes with a huge disclaimer. If you're considering downloading this snapshot and playing a world with it, make sure 100% you have a backup of that world. Make sure you got a backup of the backup as well, because this snapshot has a huge chance of destroying whatever world is opened with it. The reason why? Because they are unleashing what they've been working on for years now, the removal of the old block ID and item ID system, which will allow for many more slabs and stairs, all sorts of new blocks and items to be added to the game. This is a huge update. The reason it's coming out as in a snapshot is so that they can develop it with us, they can find out all of the bugs and problems and get this working for future updates, which means we will get all sorts of new blocks, slabs and stairs available thanks to this big update. So if you were to pick a world that had been not opened in this snapshot, it gives you an opportunity to back up the world, although this isn't actually implemented yet. We're going to press escape and leave this because we don't actually want to open that world at all. We want to go into the world I was playing in a moment ago, this one right here, which works just fine with a snapshot, and we're going to go in and look at what we get to see in this update, which are some new blocks that you may have been aware of as they were shown off around the time of Minecon Earth, and some other ones that have technically been in the game for quite some time but are now available in creative mode. Notice I didn't say survival, just creative mode. So if we go into the creative menu, you will notice that we have what are known as the bark blocks, and that's what they've actually been officially named as. So using block IDs, you're able to, with commands, put in a block that was technically a log block, but it put that texture on all sides. That's now an official thing you can do through the creative menu. This also includes smooth textures, which are where you have slabs stacked on top of each other. Now, I've got a sneaky suspicion that the smooth quartz is the same as when you stack slabs together anyway, but it's there because it's not the same case when you were to stack the slabs of these types of blocks. So now we have smooth redstone, red sandstone and sandstone over here. This is what would be a slab, although now when you middle click on it you actually get that block, which is interesting. A stone slab, that is. And then I think one of these or two of them might have already been in the game already, but you can use the mushroom blocks as well, which is pretty fantastic. Now the new items are over here, the new blocks even. They are pressure plates for the different types of wood. They're the buttons and the trapdoors. And there was an opportunity here for Mojang to perhaps introduce some new functionality. From the little bit of testing that I did, I can't tell any difference with the way that these pressure plates work, and the same thing goes for the timing of these buttons. Now I know a lot of people are going to suggest that each of the different buttons could have a different tick duration for the redstone. I actually think it's probably a good idea just to leave this consistent, because if you give us more options with inputs, it takes away the innovation of transforming inputs into different redstone lengths and signals, and I'm probably losing a lot of you now, right? We also got the trapdoors as well. I'll open and close them again. These textures, to my eyes, look like they fit into the current texture pack. So if you're aware that they're going to overhaul all of the textures in the game, then I don't think these are those textures. I think we might see these change again, but don't hold me to that. That's just my own speculation. As for crafting recipes, check this out. They haven't added them in yet for some of these. Like the buttons are there, but the trapdoors don't appear to be so, which is a little bit strange. Now this next thing that I'm going to show you is something that I believe they have left in by accident that I think should absolutely be in this game 100%. So if I go to give, and then I've got to put myself in there, and what's the name of the item again? It's Minecraft. You're going to make me type that in, are you? Debug stick. Yes. Give me a Minecraft debug stick. This is a real thing, and it's possibly an accident that they've left it in. So you might have noticed this right here. This is like an impossible arrangement of stone brick stairs, and this is exactly why I think we should have access to something like this. If you're building in creative mode, you can take your builds a little bit further with something like this. Let me put it down. Right click is going to basically change the block, so we're currently on rotate, and left click will change what you're rotating. Now I haven't really figured this out 100% because I've just sort of like run straight into it. So now we're sort of flipping it up and down, right? If I click on it again, we're doing this, we're changing the shape of it, and it's going all over the place, which is kind of cool. And yeah, each time we click on it, it does a different thing. And if I put this here, it might update it. It does. So if you put all your blocks in the correct place to begin with, and then you start using the debug stick, you can make some things that you wouldn't normally see, which allows you to go a little bit further with the game. For builders in creative mode, you know. We're not done just yet, got a few more things to show you. I've turned the tick speed up in this world, so this should grow really fast. Now what do you notice about this pumpkin here? Okay, it's got the same texture on all sides. And this is now known as a carved pumpkin. Now how you craft that, I haven't figured it out. I tried putting the pumpkin in. If you try it with an axe, it's, doesn't do anything in the crafting bench. So I don't know what the recipe is, but I love that idea that you get the pumpkin like that, then you carve it, and then you can attach a torch and make it into a jack-o'-lantern. That's really cool. Now one thing you might notice is that this is called the pumpkin and that's called the carved pumpkin. That's the same for all of these blocks now. They all have their own name, which is really, really cool, and that's part of the new system, right? That probably means that things like ink sacks are now called ink sacks and they're not part of the die system. Yeah, there you go, which is pretty cool. And this is why things are going to break if you open an old world at the moment. They're still working on, perfecting that. There's also something else in here. If you type slab, you can see that there is a petrified oak slab and a regular oak slab. I don't know why this thing is in here or what exactly it is, but you can't stack it onto the other type, and vice versa as well, yet they look identical. So I don't know what that one's about, but it's in there. And as always, changes and revisions are being made to the command system. A big one in this update is an option which you can find in the chat settings to turn off the suggestions, which I don't know why you'd want to do that, but it's a thing that you can do. So if I do that and press tab now, oh, you do see the menu. Maybe I've misunderstood exactly what that's about. Well, there's an option in the menu and you saw it. I'll tell you a secret now, peeps. When llamas were first added to this game, I made a pinata, but I never turned it into a video. However, I wanted to show you this. So if we click on backup, this is supposed to create a zip file. I don't know where that zip file goes. I can't find it, but you get the little toast update in the top right of your screen, which I think is pretty cool. And this is the llama that was going to be a pinata. Can I look in your inventory, buddy? Yeah, it had loads of cool stuff in it, but I decided never to publish that video. I scratched my noggin, and I remember why I never uploaded the video. It's because llamas are too cute and adorable, especially this fella right here. Actually, the real reason was because there was a bug that stopped their items from dropping when you killed them, and so the pinata effect didn't really have an effect. But that's it from me this video. If you've enjoyed it, leave a like. As always, thank you for your support, and remember to back up your worlds. This is a very big and important snapshot for the future of Minecraft. It's going to mean many more blocks and items can be added to the game. Exciting times, right? Anyway, that's it from me this video. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.